took him through everything, universal therapy, I don't know, I can't remember. But that started it. And then I had, Jerry said, you must practice experiment for 10% at a time. Well, I experimented a lot, not just 10% at a time.
Why and how, and I just have no idea. Until one day, 2021, I said, I'm going to learn this. I'm going to go for it. How? I don't know. So the first time I started Google hypnosis, and I find a video of Ines. That's the first video I watched, 30 minutes, and look at her.
To stop smoking, but he couldn't speak English. He wanted to make it in German. And then this way I found out there was something, Simpson Protocol, hypnosis without words. Then I got curious, and then that's why I contacted you and did the training. And then I also wanted to do it in German, so that's why I contacted Stin and made the course by him. Yeah.
And months before I said, I will never do hypnosis. It's really not for me. And 2 weeks before the class, something in me said, well, why not? So usually when I hear why not, I just do it. And I enroll it. And in the beginning, I didn't want to go into hypnosis. I needed to prove myself that I was in control, that it was me. And then I started feeling frustrated because everybody else was having fun. And slowly I started letting go. I received a mail because I was in your mailing list that you would organize a class, and I enrolled, and there I met Iman, and from there everything else just
comes to me. I would go deeper and deeper into it, and I wanted to always see the roots of everything. I was once having pain in my hip, and I went to a physiotherapist. After 2-3 sessions, he told me, you know, I have a course of hypnotherapy. What do you think? You want to enroll with it? Hypnotherapy? What's that? He told me it's and how you can do it. And I started to look more and more. Maris Sapir was a lot on the media, on YouTube, and I found Ines on the YouTube. Oh, it's a good regression. It's an easy one, a soft one. I contacted her and I took the SP. And from then, even my life changed. Most of the things changed.
There was something there and I knew it was there. But I developed it and then I got better as I got going. So, but I did not have a good home life. And my husband left because he was very sick. He had a 7 bypass. So I was always in that, and I was kicked out. And I said, well, he really needs it. I'll just leave. Whatever. So I had nothing. And I was sleeping on people's couches. So that was a long time going through that. I did a couple years, 3 years. And then it started to really take off. And I really started to believe in it very strongly. And believe very strongly in superconscious.
I was going through a phase in which I found, okay, maybe I was going through a more spiritual phase. Maybe I need to have more trust, more faith, whatever, and I need something more spiritual. And I found SP, you were giving a talk in like one of the online conference. Web conference. And I think I only watched yours because of the title. I said, I like this. I'm going to watch it. So I watched it. I really liked Ines, and so I also contacted, and there was a training, and I wanted to join right away.
Yeah.
So I did the course. I got to. It was good because we got like a community already, and it was easy to practice with other people. and so it was easy to practice and do sessions by Zoom. So I got more skills in doing it all.
Jason Lynette says she's really good, so that was the hook. So came on Inez's course with the big complicated script, and I thought, oh, you know, I didn't really get it. And we were in a bit of a chat in my little group on the training about what to do and how to follow the script and stuff like that. And Inez came over and said, what's going on? And I said, oh, and then I said, we're struggling to get me into hypnosis, I think it was. And Inez very cleanly and easily put me into a deep state of hypnosis there and then. And really that's the first game changer, because she showed me the place within myself that I hadn't been able to get to. Like, what is this? This woman is so in tune with superconscious, she asks it where to go for dinner and just So we went where superconscious said, and it was nice.
Yeah.
I had about around 10 or 20% of my clients that were able to go in the Azure state. So I was searching on Google to learn different things, and I land on the website where a woman says that she can lead a client on the first session. 90, I think it was 99 to 95% of her clients in the Azure state.
That it is at the time.
On the first session, and I was like, okay,
That's
that could be interesting, but I don't know if I will be able to grasp everything in English. That was bullshit, completely bullshit.
I remember what it was
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah, and she told me, yeah, but you know, superconscious mind can understand any language. And I was like, yeah, but I want to understand. But you know, I was this feeling I need to go to go to that training.
Honey agrees.
Yeah, I went to that training, and it was really interesting. After 10 minutes, my expectations were completed. I was okay. That's so simple to lead someone into the other state. Okay, and everything else was a bonus, and there was a lot of bonuses. There was a lot of things, and I remember the first day I talked with my wife and some friends, and I was like, okay, I don't know where I am. It kind of looks like a Jedi school, you know. There's weird stuff everywhere, but it's amazing. You do amazing stuff. After the session, she asked me, okay, did you ask me that? And it was exactly what I was thinking. So I was thinking in French. And it was, for me, it was like, okay, what the fuck, I don't understand anything, but okay, we go on. The day after that, we did the surrogacy thing, it was like, okay!
When I watched you on YouTube many years ago, I thought, well, the spiritual aspect and this idiomotoric signals, that's kind of interesting. And I was already thinking, if you're able to connect to a wisdom, and you could ask questions from the perspective of the wisdom, and the wisdom can answer the question, I think, wow, because we just don't know what we don't know. And that kind of blew my mind, but it kept on going on in my head. It was really interesting. And so for me, the holistic part of doing therapy is doing nothing and just rely on something which actually knows what is best for me as a hypnotherapist, but also for the client.
Yes.
And that was kind of 180 degrees thinking different
Yeah.
as the trainings which I followed before, which I took before. And this guy came in the first Monday. He already had booked the session, and he was an alcoholic. And I remember myself sitting there on the chair with my book, my knees. Guy went in trance, and I just went through from A to Z through the booklet. And afterwards, I emerged him, said, "How do you feel?" And he says, "Wonderful." He paid me a little bit money, and he went off. But I had no idea what the impact was. So half a year later, his sister booked an appointment with me. In the meantime, I was already working for myself. And his sister said, "Well, I'm the sister of blah, blah, blah. You probably don't know me, but I'm here because you made a huge impact on the life of my brother. Basically, his marriage was broken. The kids, there was violence at home. There were really nasty things going on. And after the session you did with my brother, it was all harmonious. My brother has his family back. The sons, they have their father back. His wife has a new partner." And I was sitting there saying, "Wow, wow, how amazing."
There are a lot of emotions going on during a regression therapy session, and usually that's very hard for clients. So I was looking for a approach that is easier. And I had a session in, I don't know, it was late 2011, early 2012, and the colleague talked about, so he did the beach deepener with me in that session, and I don't know why, but I was fascinated just from the beach deepener and said, well, yeah, that is from an approach. There is this Canadian lady, and she developed her own thing, and that was back in the days. And then it happened that we met at the convention, and you did the demonstration there, and I was just sitting there and be curious about what will go on. And then I saw it and I felt in love right after you started with the demo, because it was like the Holy Grail came in and said, you know, this is the thing you were always looking for. This is the holistic, easy, less emotional approach to help your patients to get better outcomes. So, and that is 10 years ago. The interesting part is I said, a superconscious mind, can you fix this? And the no finger came up. And I said, okay, is there a blockage? No. Is there anything else? No. And I said, okay. And I did that telepathically, so you have to be open about it. And I said, okay, is it something from outside going on? And yes, the yes finger came up, and I said, okay, does she has to see the doctor again to tell him that it is not right what he did? The yes finger came up, and I said, okay, when she's doing that, can we then just go on with the healing? Yes. Okay. So I said, okay, please program that in, and told her afterward that she has to see the doctor. And usually that is kind of interesting, because I like that. Because when I look back over the last years, always when I asked stuff like this, it was also on point and right.
So many things to figure out. If we had to do it, we couldn't do it. So when we give up the super conscious, I know many people to say, I don't believe in the spiritual, I don't really want to do that. And he said, well, everybody has it, even they don't know they have it.